Shadow side is shy, underside shy. Coming from where the sun don't shine, bitch. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. Underside, bitch, I'm one with the shadows. Bitch, I be on one till I comatose. Fuck one pill, I need a double dose. Fuck one pill, I need two doses. Fuck one trick, I need two doses. Baby, I'm geeking on one. This shit a lifestyle, it's not for fun. I'ma keep on going till it's over. I've been tweaking for days, my face feel all numb. I'm just battling with the waves, that's the only outcome. I've been dwelling on the surface for too long, waiting for my time, waiting for my time, waiting for my time. Waiting for my time, bitch, I'm way the shadows. Bitch, I'm one with the shadows. Bitch, I'm one with the shadows. Bitch, I'm one with the shadows. Bitch.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We
sir.
back again. Y'all already know Bozy World in the motherfucking house with another listening party. And today we will be listening to Malakai Manson, I Reside in the Bottomless. Newest project out by him. You can go check it out. So you just heard the first track on the album, which is called One with the Shadows. So we're going to start it off again with that song. But before we go into the details of that song, Malakai, introduce yourself, introduce the project, let us know a little bit about it, and then you can go into the details of that song.
Yeah, so I am Malakai Manson. I am one of the Shadow Society representatives, part of the Undersize. So basically with the project, it was kind of just something that I wanted to throw together to kind of show like a little bit of like versatility, because like every song is different, especially with the second half of the project. Like the first half is kind of more chill, and then the second half is very just aggressive. Like, you know, y'all will see that later on in the project. But yeah, it's kind of something that I've been putting together for a couple of months, and then released it at the beginning of the year, so y'all can find that on all platforms as well. And yeah, I'm just gonna kind of let the music do the speaking for itself, and then I'll kind of, you know, get on to everything as we go on to the tracks. But this one was specifically was kind of like a freestyle that I did, just kind of like, I feel like it was a perfect one to open up the project because of how like ambient and like spacey it is, and so it's kind of what I was going for.
Beautiful way to start. Absolutely. So, shall we give that one a listen? One more?
Just do one more time, one more time.
With the cue? All right. Let's get it done. So, this is Malakai Manson, One with the Shadows. Let's get it.
Shadow side is shy, underside shy. Coming from where the sun don't shine, bitch. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. Underside, bitch, I'm one with the shadows. Bitch, I be on one till I comatose. Fuck one pill, I need a double dose. Fuck one pill, I need two doses. Fuck one trick, I need two doses. Baby, I'm geeking on one. This shit a lifestyle, it's not for fun. I'ma keep on going till it's over. I've been tweaking for days, my face feel all numb. I'm just battling with the waves, that's the only outcome. I've been dwelling on the surface for too long, waiting for my time, waiting for my time, waiting for my time. Waiting for my time, bitch, I'm way the shadows. Bitch, I'm one with the shadows. Bitch, I'm one with the shadows. Bitch, I'm one with the shadows. Bitch.
All right, bro. So you gotta give us. I know you want the music to speak for itself, but you gotta give us a little something. Like, what was? Because I know you say you freestyle. So like, what was the mindset going into the song? Like, what's the meaning that you feel it has?
So really, I just wanted to make a. I wanted that was my attempt at trying to make a catchy song with the kind of like fuck one drink, I need two of those. Hey, like kind of just something that you can kind of like just something that'll get stuck in people's head. Like that was really just my attempt at trying to make a catchy song. So I mean, like I don't know, that's kind of the mindset behind it. Like yeah, it was a freestyle, but it was kind of just my attempt at trying to make something that would like somebody could kind of dance to and kind of vibe out to. Like
Yeah, I can see that. I can see this one also being another Hardson remix because like I feel like he has with this one is short enough for him to have enough freedom to like expand on it, extend it a little bit.
Yeah, I can always loop it.
Yeah,
100%, bro.
Of course, but was this specifically thought to be like an intro track, or was this
Yeah.
something you did that you thought, okay, I'm gonna start this off with this one, or was it specifically, you know what I'm saying, for that reason?
So originally, actually, this was gonna be the last song on the project. I was gonna do it completely backwards, but I was like, okay, let me start out chill first, and then get into the more, what people are kind of used to hearing from me, especially within the Bozy community and stuff. But like, yeah, I don't know. I just kind of I thought it would sound like be a good intro song because of the fade out on the end of it too. Like I
Yeah,
kind of tried to put these
it does
projects
have a
together.
little bit of that outro feeling as well. I think it's
That's
like
kind of why I did that.
intermission sort of sort of track. So I think it delivers on both contexts. Yeah, but it's really
yeah, I
catchy.
think it
Really,
definitely
really
sets a tone.
But yeah, I'm excited to get into the rest of the songs too because the just the vibe keeps changing the whole project. So like yeah, it's definitely different.
all right. That being said, now let's move to the second track, which is Waves. I got that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So wait just for a little bit for it to load. So this is Malakai Manson's Wave. Let's get into it.
Side shit, shot aside this shit, I had stitch. You can hear the birds chirping in the background of this shit. Yeah, this shit. I can't exaggerate, I love the feeling, but it's overwhelming. I'm just flowing with the waves, sent to repay the favors of the devil. That's my sacrifice, my cost of faith. Everything fades, my existence feels bland. I can't even exaggerate. I can't even exaggerate. Wipe my tears away, ain't no way, ain't no way. I dread to see another day, I fear I won't be okay. Dread to live till tomorrow, wipe my tears away. 26 years drowning in my sorrows. My appetite depleting, but these pills easy to swallow. I can't exaggerate. I love the feeling, but it's overwhelming. I'm just flowing with the waves. Send the relay effects of the devil. That's my sacrifice. That's my cost of faith. Everything fades. My existence feels blank. Everything fades. My existence feels blank.
Okay, I like that. I honestly like. I'm seeing a theme of like a journey here a little bit. Like I like how you went from One with the Shadows to this.
It fits.
Like this
That's
is
me. That's kind of my poetry vibe, bro. So like I would kind of wanted to throw a little bit of that in there, so you'll hear that with the next two songs as well, actually. But like I was like just me trying to dive back into my roots and do the poetry shit. Like I fucking love that song. It's I recorded it outside in the back of yard at my grandparents' house out in the sticks. So that's kind of where the intro comes in. Like the birds were chirping in the background and everything. It was just the perfect vibe, bro.
no, I like that. Like again, I like the transition, like going from first song to this one. Like I think you're setting the tone. I'm really looking forward to the rest of it though, to see like the whole thing, because I feel like you're kind of doing that thing where you leave us wanting more, but you're also making it where you have to listen to the whole project in a
Exactly.
whole instead of like individual songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. I just can't like. I personally really like only unless I'm listening to like punk rock, rap, some like metal stuff. Like I don't really listen to a lot of 3 minute, 4 minute songs, so I just can't find it in myself to make 3 or 4 minute songs. So like I'll make a whole project, just simple project where people actually has the replay value and stuff, where people actually go through and kind of dive into the project because they hear the short songs like you said and they kind of want more, so it makes people listen to the whole project all the way through.
No, I absolutely think that that's also a very strong statement because like nowadays people's attention span is really short.
That's how
You know,
I'm that way. So yeah.
yeah. It's very generational. Like back in the day when you waited like months for that album for that artist to drop something, to listen like to 2 hours and a half, like 16 tracks, 4 minutes long of someone, and you dove deep into that thing. But
It's a lot.
nowadays, like with meme culture, with all this fast-paced consumption of
Yeah.
art in general, like I do feel that we need to change our mindset, and basically when you're just basically giving out an idea, out there, like just a vibe, it really forces you to get into the artist and listen to the whole thing. That's what I feel like.
Yeah,
If you just deliver like 4 minutes tracks, and I'm speaking against myself because I'm still one of the old guys, but like I feel that when you give out those long tracks, like people just easily you know get lose interest
Yeah,
very
that's what I was
fast
about to say. They lose
nowadays.
interest very fast.
So that's a good strategy. I feel it's a really nice strategy, and so a really nice transitions because I feel like the first track did set the tone, and this one feels like the true build up to whatever is coming next.
absolutely, absolutely. And talking about that, right? Like they're even doing that with movies now because I went to go see I said Karate Kid Legends, bro,
Yeah,
and the
it's a short movie.
pacing is so fast. Like it's only an hour and maybe 40 something minutes, and it
Yeah,
goes quick. Like you barely get to see them train. You barely get to like really like dive deep into the character, and like it's like I don't really like it. If I'm being honest, like I'm old school too, so like looking at the Karate Kids with even with Jaden Smith, I like the pacing. I like the storytelling. I like that, the training scenes are a little longer and like you get to see how he bonded with his, trainer and stuff, which was Jackie
Mhm.
Chan. In
The
the new
master.
one, you probably see like 3 or 4 scenes with them like training him, and it's like it was so quick. It was so bro. It was just wasn't believable. It was still a great movie, but it's like yo, the pacing was so fucking fast and like everything happened so quick. It was like you didn't really have time to enjoy it. It was just action, 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 action. A
yeah,
little bit of bonding, a little bit of story, action, action. And it's like I get it, but it's like why do people like that? Even with music, like with music is a little different though, because
Mhm.
like you want to have songs with replay value, but you also want to have that balance. You know what I mean? Like I have songs where like honestly I won't go more than 3 minutes sometimes,
yeah,
but I won't go as little as a minute and some change because I feel like I want to do a little more. I think 2 minutes is fair. I think 2 minutes is enough to like get a good song out. You know what I mean? But again,
100%.
I still like I like songs that are a minute and some change that actually do have that are good. You know what I mean? I feel like some songs are just like, oh, it's a minute. I'm just gonna rap for a minute straight and say nigga like a bunch of times and talk about stupid shit. And then you have like your style where
Yeah,
it's like poetic. It's like it's really nice. You know what I mean? Like it still has good quality.
Well, and
It's
then you have the
refreshing. It's refreshing in a sense because it's not a lot of the shit that you hear. Because I don't really listen to a lot of the stuff that you just really explain. Like it's rare that I do, and like yeah, I just don't want to be put in that box when it comes to certain shit. Like I like to be experimental with my art and stuff like that, and just like you'll see that throughout when we like as far as we go on to the project as well. But go ahead with what
yeah.
you were saying, Harzan.
No, absolutely. I was just saying, like, it really depends on the context because you guys are talking about artists' tracks, So someone that hops in a track and like delivers like some lyrics or whatever on it. Like on my scene, like the techno scene, like I'm not your conventional techno producer because my tracks, and you guys might disagree with me on this, are kind of short. I guess
No, from
like
traditional stuff, I
techno
can yeah,
tracks are like at least 5 minutes long. Like that's
yeah.
a techno track,
From
that's a techno
traditional
dance
stuff because you
music,
got some
you know.
techno songs that are like 10, 15 minutes long. So yeah, I
Of course,
understand.
of course, of course.
Shit,
So
Harzin
it
got some
really
shit
depends
that's
on
like
the
an
context.
hour. But
That's not a
yo,
track. That's a whole album that I just put
bro,
in.
but it's so good though. Like it was literally like we had it on reviews and it was like 55 minutes long. And we played like 8 to 10 minutes of it. And nobody
Yes.
was bored. Like nobody was like, yo, turn this shit off. What the fuck? Like it's going on too long. Everybody was just like, yo, the comments on that live, I will never forget. It was the funniest live we have ever had. But again, it's that quality. Like when you have really good quality, it really doesn't matter how long your song is. But
It's
you still want to cater to every single audience member. You want to have 1 minute 50 for certain people, 2 minutes something, 3 minute, 4 minutes for each different type of person. You know what I mean?
yeah, like that track I got with Thalia and Sayin. Like for instance, it really depends on the context where and the platform that they're delivering. So I do post my music on Instagram. So what I do on Instagram is I have some full tracks, but I mostly post snippets of longer tracks. Because that's what people are going to consume on social media, right?
Yeah,
But that music is actually like 6 or 7 minutes long, but I chopped it down to just a 1 minute and a half review, you know. But with techno tracks, you really have the rule of basically creating rules and exceptions. Okay, so that's what keeps the audience going because give them out a beat, something that's continuous that like keeps them on a vibe, on a sort of bouncing. But then you had all these different elements that add to the exceptions, and that's what gives them throughout the time that dopamine rush. No, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
that's also a way to go. That's also a way to go. I'm not saying like there is the right way to make music or to make a great track or a great song. No, there are depends on the context. Absolutely. So with that being said, um, which is we're heading for the third track.
Yes, sir. Sessions is the name of the song.
Sessions is the name of the song.
This is probably one of my favorite ones off the project, and this has been one of the most like well received like feedback wise off the project as well.
Nice,
All
nice.
right, all right.
Yo,
Let's
before we do play the
here.
next song, Malachi, just look at the private chat really quick.
Got you.
It's still loading, so bear with me. Okay, I have it. So here's Malakai's sessions. Let's get it.
Get it.
Underside shit, shadow side shit. Bitch, I'm
Isolated.
I've been having sessions, face to face with my reflection, questioning the regrets. I have yet to find the message. It's been taking a toll. SOS screaming out, save our souls. Before I jumped off this ledge, I remember I never said my life is a dredge. Think it's about past one time, feeling better up there in a constant state of worry. I've confessed all my sins and told everyone I'm sorry for my ways. I've been trapping underworld, smoking on this haze. Face I'm close with Hades. Eyes red like a ruby. All the drugs go right through me, transparent. I've been absent from the past. I healed myself some time ago. Came back from the underworld with a dead ego. Posted with a goth bitch, and she look like she go. Sipping my juice, shit, something just like Beatles. Crucify me upside down and nail me to the steeple. I came back from the underworld with a dead ego. Posted with a goth bitch, and she look like she go. Sipping my juice, shit, something just like Beatles. Crucify me upside down and nail me to the steeple. I crucify me upside down and nail me to the steeple. Crucify me upside down and nail me to the steeple. Crucify me upside down and nail me to the steeple. Crucify me upside down and nail me to the steeple. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Damn. Very
Yes,
good.
sir.
Really like this one.
Yeah, shout out my
Crucify me
homie,
upside down. Explain that.
bro. It's just that's some shit that I wrote like a couple of years ago. No, I take that back. That's something that I wrote last year, and I kind of just put it together over that beat. Shout out my homie ISO for the beat, but I mean, I don't know, bro. I can't really explain the lyrics because a lot of it is like, I want people to perceive it how they want to perceive it. But like, I don't know. I was kind of in a dark space when I wrote that stuff too. So I don't know. I really can't explain it.
Absolutely a dark space. It was not made on the light. that for sure. But what I don't want to say like what inspired you to, because I don't feel it comes from a place of inspiration, but it definitely must come from a place of circumstance. So I don't know if you want to like dive deep into it, but like,
yeah. Now that you say
which was
that, I
the
guess it's kind of like just how I was raised and stuff like that. Like, I was raised in like a churchy household and stuff like that. I think we were having this conversation earlier and stuff like that too. Like, I'm agnostic, so I don't really want to get too deep into all that stuff right now. But like, that's just kind of like my point of view and stuff. Like, they'll try to crucify you for your beliefs. If anybody, they don't just go along with it and stuff. Like, people can have their differences and still be at one with each other, but they'll try to crucify you for your beliefs, and then try to hold you back in certain circumstances, and judge you based off of stuff that you believe in or have a perception of or into or whatever. But like, that's kind of me just deep thinking on this stuff. But like, yeah.
No, I do feel like theme wise, I think this relates with the track that that I'm working on, that remix right now in a sense. And we have this saying in Portuguese. I don't know if there's any equivalent on the States or the UK. But it's but by your explanation, I get this feeling is that since I have the fame, like since I'm known for this, like for being the black sheep or whatever, like this stereotype that people have towards me, then I'm aware it. Like I'm own that shit right now. In a sense.
100%. Because
you're calling me the devil, then I'm a raise hell. In that sense.
Honestly, that's perfectly well said, and that's like fucking bullseye point on, bro. Like, yeah, pretty much that just play into it. It's kind of like I said, I want people to perceive it how they want it to be, and if you perceive it and you kind of come at me with it, then I'm gonna show you. Like, I'm kind of, you know, because I do get that a lot, especially in my area, because I'm in the Bible Belt of fucking East Texas, and it's fucking just nothing but fucking, you know, just bullshit, bro. I don't know. That's what we trying to get out.
Speak your mind, son.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't want to get into all
That.
this shit, bro. I don't really want to get
Nah,
into all
nah,
this
nah,
shit.
nah, 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 nah. We gonna get into it, bro.
All right, if you
Okay,
really
this
want me
is
to get
a safe.
into it, I'm gonna
This is
say
a
one
safe
thing.
space.
Look, I'm gonna say one thing, and then we can get on. We can get on to the next shit. For anybody in the Tyler, Texas area or in the surrounding area who watching this shit, fuck all y'all. Y'all can go suck my dick and eat my ass. I don't give a fuck what y'all gotta say. All y'all motherfuckers be over here harboring predators and pedophiles, and y'all still act like nothing wrong. So keep on doing y'all shit, cause everybody gonna stay blind to this shit, but people gonna keep on speaking out, and y'all just gonna keep on doing the same bullshit that y'all been doing for fucking years. So that's really all I'm gonna say on this shit. Everything dead weight.
I'm talking about, man. You feel me? Because look, I'll take the same, kind of the same, but in a nicer way. Because you know, I'm all love and light, even though you don't always
I'm
gotta
gonna
be love and
be,
light.
I'm gonna just get straight to the point where I ain't gonna sugarcoat shit.
But now, bro, it's
Nice.
like that. Like, bro, nobody in my city, in Jersey City or Jersey, fucking supports what I'm doing. They don't like what I'm doing, even if they
100%.
don't say it. You know what I'm saying? But like, they see like how much influence I have and how much like of a following I have now, and now they're trying to be cool. I'm here to tell you, like, that all that shit is done with. Like,
Yeah.
there's no second chances. There's no we're cool now. There's none of that. Like, Bozy
You know,
World is going up.
you
You know
know
what I'm
what this
saying? This
is?
is
You know what this
elbow.
is? No, we do this to say like you have elbow pain. It means envy. It means envy. Like you're full of it.
Okay.
That's what those
Okay.
people have.
Yeah, bro. Fuck them.
Yeah.
You
Fuck
just
them
hit
up,
them
bro.
with
Like,
this. You see them.
at the end of the day, bro, they hate us because they ain't us. You know what I'm saying? That's what
But
she said.
yeah.
Absolutely. So let's get into this next track. This will be "Damaged" by Malakai Manson. Let's get it.
Yeah, I didn't know what the fuck is type shit. I can't acknowledge the demons posted in the vast. Dissolve my body in a vat of acid. Crucify me, slit my wrist. My demise is bound to happen. Why wait? Might as well get it over with. Tired of being tortured. My demons seeking revenge. Undecided, we like the dark side. Feel I made it, ain't no sip. I've been sipping, withering away. I hear whispers in one ear and out the other. I can't comprehend. I can't get the words out. I can't describe the feeling. I keep stuttering. The voices are too loud. Walking on a tightrope, hoping I don't fall. Blow my fucking brains out with the 4-5. Out of line, out of mind, out of sight. Shit. Bitch, I feel like Christ. Reincarnated. Mr. Manson, I've been held ransom. My mental is destroyed. I can't fucking stand it. Ay, forever damaged. Ay, forever shit. Ay, blow my fucking brains out with the 4-5. Out of line, out of sight, out of mind. Bitch, I feel like Christ. Mr. Manson, I've been held ransom. My mental is destroyed. I can't fucking stand it. I can't fucking stand it. Forever damaged.
Let's go. I want to say this, and I think that a lot more people should do this, and I love that you do it. Intros.
Yeah, bro. I'm big on the intro. I'm big on the intros.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they like to do like just let the intro play, don't say nothing, and they think they're cool for that. But it's like everybody does that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
everybody thinks that's cool, and it doesn't really add to your character whatsoever. Like, I like when people, so like where I get it from, the reason every song that you hear me do, you hear the or you hear the Louisville or Louis
Yeah.
V or Louis whatever. I get that from reggaeton. If you go back to old school reggaeton like Daddy Yankee, Don Omar, whatever, they're always going like yo, what's up, motherfuckers? Don Omar, you already know from here, da da da. You know what I'm saying? So like, they always do shout outs. They always shout out the fucking record label, the producer. They shout out every fucking thing possible, and that's where I get it from. Mine is a little more toned down, but still it adds to your character. And another thing that I like is that, you know, you say your artist name a lot, even if it's like a variation of that, which is like you said Mr. Manson instead of saying Malakai Manson, whatever. Like, I love that about it, because you're like, it's like you're making your own blueprint and you're letting people know who you are. You should always do that. So again, intros are fucking important. Saying your artist name, whichever way you want to say it, it's very important because it creates a signature. You know what I'm saying? And it adds to your character. So I love that about it. And I think this is the song that, did you do a music video for this?
Yeah, and this is also the song that Schmitty sampled for your song 45, and I'm pretty sure that one was produced by Matei, right?
Yeah, produced by Matei.
Yes, sir.
I still couldn't notice. That's just the crazy part.
Yeah, because we sampled your vocal part, so that's what you hear in that background, is like that distorted, like kind of like melody part. So that's what the sample is.
Nah, that shit is fire. Because again, I couldn't really notice it, but it came out to be a good track, bro.
No, that's one of my favorite ones off the project too. Like, I just love the dark poetry kind of vibe, and he just went crazy with that beat, bro. Like, yeah.
I did feel like I wanted a bit more. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted this to be a bit longer, this one, because I fuck with it so much. Like, I did want to get in this vibe a bit longer. Like, it's like a minute and a half, even not that long, like minute and 25 something.
Yeah, it's like a minute 25.
Yeah, absolutely. This could go all the way to up to 2 minutes, at least for me. And it's funny enough that you're talking about the shout outs, Louis, because I actually spoke with Malakai about this. Yes, because I do feel like it's not that I'm against shout outs. Like, from a producer point of view, they're really catchy, you know, like in the sense of composing the tracks, like just throw a shout out in there or something. And like for like to fit the rhythm or the beat or anything, shout outs are cool in that technical aspect. But like, and I do get philosophical on these subjects, like, are you like delivering a song, or are you making a commercial? You know, because mostly when artists shout out the labels, they're basically advertising the label itself. So like, you're just throwing capitalism into your track. But I know this is not the context for it, because like Underside, it has like his it's pretty much his thing, right? Like, it's his signature. So he wants to shout that out, and many artists that have their own labels do that, and I think that's legit. But from like an artistic point of view, I'm kind of against shout outs because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're making it brandable, you know, like it also feels like it's not about the message you want to deliver. It's like, we're a brand and shout out the label that's sponsoring me, and let's get this.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends. Now, if you do it in every song, then yes. I don't think you should do it in every song. My point is that you should never leave an intro empty. Yes. I think there's different ways of attacking it. So like, if you go through a list of my songs, right? I have songs where I keep it quiet a little bit, then I jump right into the hook. I have songs where I do an intro and all I do is say my artist name, right? But I don't always do that, right? It really depends on the tone of the song and how you do it and how frequent you do it. I don't always shout out Bozy in my music, but if I feel called to it, if I feel like the tone or the theme of the song kind of matches it, right? Then I'm gonna say Bozy in it. Or whatever it is, like, you know, I have a couple examples. So my song Crypto, that was on my Mirrors EP, right? It started off. I let the intro play because it's a fire ass intro, and then in the middle of it, I go. This was by mistake, actually. I was trying to practice how to say consciousness because I kept getting tongue twisted. So I ended up saying elevate past consciousness itself. I just said it because I was trying to get it right before the song dropped. And then when I heard it back, I was like, yo, this is fire. I'm gonna just leave it in there because you don't get to hear the line till like later down the line. So it kind of fit, right? And then part of the intro was me going, yo, 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 yo. And I do that when I'm about to rap, when I'm about to give you some lyrical shit, that's when I do that. When I go, yo, 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 it's Louisville. You know what I'm saying? That's when I'm telling you, like, I'm about to get lyrical. So that's one of my signatures. You know what I mean? So you have different ones. Like when it's a love song, you know you're gonna get the huns. Louisville, right? That's just my thing. That's what I like to do. That's my signature to let you know it's about to get emotional. This is a love song. I'm getting in my feelings. I'm asking myself, huh? Like this bitch said, what? Huh? You know what I'm saying? Like it has something there, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think you should do it every song. I mean, some people, you know what's funny? You know what's funny about that? That you say that? A lot of people, I used to show my music to people and they would say, bro, why are you moaning on the song? And I took it personal. So I started doing it on purpose. Because I'm that type of asshole. If you tell me something, like I had a girl when my ex told me, why you say yeah so many times? And I was like, bitch, it's a freestyle. I didn't know what else to say. So now sometimes I'll do it excessively on purpose. And then, you kind of just get good at it.
Since I got the fame, I'm going to own it. That's the whole thing.
Exactly. But like I was saying, you just have to have have your signatures and just know when to use them. And you don't always have to. I have songs where I don't say nothing. But I'm always going to say my artist name. That's a fact. I'm going to let you know off the rip who I am on a song, whether it's in the beginning, the end, in the middle, if it's part of a bar, it's going to be in there. That's just my thing. That's what I picked up from reggaeton. They always say, like, Daddy Yankee, Daddy Yankee, yo, Looney Tunes, like they're always, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like, again, it's just being able to tone it down and make it your own thing where it's not, because if you listen to their music, bro, it's super excessive. Yeah. Every outro, they're like, yeah, shout out this nigga, shout out that nigga, shout out, like they shout out everybody on the song, everybody who worked on it, people who are not even part of the song. That's just his homie. You know what I'm saying?
So when I think of stuff like that, I think DJ Drama.
I know too much DJ Drama, to be honest.
They'd be really, really crazy with his shout outs at the beginning of the song, but it's funny as fuck.
Or even DJ Khaled. Like DJ Khaled, like
oh my God,
he got his thing.
Nah,
we the best music. Yeah. DJ Khaled. And he ain't do nothing. But again, you figure out what your thing is and then just know when to use it. Like you don't want to always be doing the same thing.
I agree.
So with that being said, let's get into this next track. Let me get it right. Is it because the audio file name I got is Depleted, but the next one in line it says I Won't Sell My Soul. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, that's the same song.
Okay, so hey everybody, now it's I Won't Sell My Soul by Mr. Malakai Manson. Let's get it.
Just fucking with my senses and I'm toxic, depleting myself of oxygen. I'm not just been around. I keep mixing concoctions. I'm getting lost and I've been on some pills like they antibiotics. Don't give a fuck if I overdo it, it ain't an option. Informants about the demons, I think it's obvious. They ain't trying to get my soul like it's up for auction. Talking with the voices in my head, but it ain't up for discussion. I'm just reaping the benefits of being tortured and going with the repercussions. Dove head first in this shit, I guess I'm leaving with a concussion. It's like I won't sell my soul, bitch, ain't shit free. Sacrifice my life, know this shit come with a fee. Reside in the bottomless, bitch, undecide where we be. Reveling what you are, posted down in hell. Sipping some shit, got me feeling devilish. I am not hesitant to cross my wrist and live it all. Bitch, I present to you my death. Feel my presence, my soul is haunted. Buried with no remorse. Finally laid to rest by the wicked. This song is my last breath. Life is overtaken, I can't kick it. I want sell my soul, bitch, ain't shit free. Sacrifice my life, know this shit come with a fee. Reside in the bottomless, bitch, undecide where we be. Reveling what you are, posted down in head. Sipping some shit, got me feeling devilish. I am not hesitant to cross my wrist and hit it off. Bitch, I persist, you my death. Feel my presence, my soul is haunted. Buried with no remorse. Finally laid to rest by the wicked. This song is my last breath. Life is overtaken, I can't kick it.
Let's see Harz's
God
reaction.
damn.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's a huge change from the first song to this one right here.
I personally love
When you do that voice, you know, like,
Yeah, bro.
I love it.
If you asked me to do it right now, I couldn't do it right now. Like I haven't recorded probably in like almost a
I'm
week.
gonna ask you to try. I'm gonna ask you to try just a little bit. We need a little sign.
Okay, so I could do this stuff. Hold on. On this side, shadow side,
We should do a whole live just with that voice.
Oh man,
Oh,
I don't think I
I
could
don't
do
know
it.
if I could. Well, I want to do like a cartoon and do those kind of like voices for some of the characters, but like, I'm trying to do that like
Yeah,
for a
man.
duration of like longer than 10 minutes would absolutely kill my voice.
Speaking of that, Hellbound is in the house and he's working on that Bozy World comic book.
Hell yeah.
So that'll be dope because we're gonna try to turn it into a cartoon in the future. That'll be dope.
Oh, bro, that would be dope.
That'll be dope. But yeah, I like this. I think that it was a little. I think for me there was too much distortion in the beginning,
Of course.
and then it
Yeah,
kind of balanced itself though.
it does
'Cause it was
balance out
just
very well.
it was too much, bro. You know me. I gotta be honest. That shit was too much in the beginning, but it did tone down, and like I did enjoy the song in the beginning,
in the beginning.
in the beginning.
Well,
But
I tried to take in mind what y'all said, raise the vocals on them. So like, I was trying to make it to where like if you really pay attention to what I'm saying, like you could actually hear the lyrics and stuff. So
oh yeah, definitely. It definitely I think it definitely helped. It definitely helped. Again, I think the distortion could have been turned down a little bit because like
it's those 808s
you know,
where those 808s just be slapping you in the face for real.
yeah, and I think it's the clashing because like I felt like your vocals and the
Okay.
808s had it. I feel like just one really needs it because like I feel like your voice was already giving it the sound that it needed because it was
Okay.
reminding me of like XXX. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that
that's
era
the-
of X where it was like, you know what I mean?
that's
Where
kind
like
of the inspiration of it. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, regardless though of that, I fuck with it. I think it's a good tempo switch. I was actually thinking, and again, we'll see again when we actually hear the outro. But I thought this was outro worthy in a sense. But
Yeah, I feel you.
I also do like it in the middle because it's kind of this is like your album name song of the album, if that makes
Basically,
sense.
so yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I fuck with it. I like the tempo switch here and everything.
I'm also quite curious. Like, why did you place this track here on the lineup? Like, what tricks you got up your sleeve? You know what I'm saying? Like, why did this show up in here? Why is this switch up? What's
I
happening?
mean,
What's
so
the
like
storytelling?
this basically like the next I think what 3 or 4 songs. I think there's like 3 more left. Or basically like this vibe. It's just me screaming and stuff. So like I figured this would be like the one to basically put in the middle to transition it from the kind of, chill, like, poetry stuff to just me just fucking going crazy.
You know what I liked about it? I like that you had the song "Damaged,"
Yeah.
and then you sound damaged in a way. Like I don't want to sound wrong, but
No,
But
that's a good way to
you know what
put
I
it,
it's
mean?
like
though.
a glitch in the
Yeah, it's like you're like
That's a good
super
way to put it.
chill, right? You're super chill at first, and then you kind of get a little switch with "Damage," where it's a little darker. It's a little more, still poetic, but in a darker way. And then you get this, and it's like,
That was,
okay, now we're seeing like the turn up. Now it's like going up, in
yeah,
levels of energy and everything. So I like that about it.
that was pretty much the point, too.
RPG in the house.
What's good, Bozy? Album's amazing, Malakai.
I most definitely appreciate it.
All right, so what we got next? What we got next?
So up next we got "I Dwell in the Bottomless" by
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Malakai. Let's get onto it. Still loading. Let's wait for it. Wait, I'm gonna have to refresh this. It's our big audio files, man.
Dun 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 dun.
Hey, hey, hey. Back in my early years, I was popping pills and sipping drink. Ain't shit changed, I'm still popping pills and sipping drink. Had it too long, lost the track of time in the days. Demons seep into my brain, collapse my mental, my shit is stained. Blood dripping from my wrist, sacrifice my life, I don't give a fuck about shit. Bitch, I was out of the bottomless, I come straight out the pit. Inside, bitch, you know where the fuck we at. Wash away my sins, bathed in acid, this off my skin. I'm numb as fuck, I can't feel a thing. Misery setting in, it seems unsettling, but I'm comfortable. Dwelling in the bottomless, my mental is like a trench. I'm constantly a war with myself, life is nothing but a bitch. I'm just stuck in this cycle and I don't know how to fix it. Hey, hey, hey. Back in my early years, I was popping pills and sipping drink. Ain't shit changed, I'm still popping pills and sipping drink. Had it too long, lost the track of time in the days.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So
I was
I really
hoping
feel like
you expanded on that too.
so I really feel like I should have put this one where the last one was, and then had it done that way. I think that's what I meant to do, but I think I got them kind of confused. But I mean, yeah.
I mean, no, I think it worked well, bro. I think it works well with the whole build up of
It
going from like
does,
super
yeah.
chill to like that. I think it worked like putting those next to each other. Um, I feel like you could have also, I don't know. I feel like like I know you expanded on a little bit, like bringing it back to the hook
Yeah.
almost, but I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like you could have made it a little longer and went back into the poetic bag, like let it play and just go back into to kind of mix it, so like
Okay.
you still get the build up, right? But then you still
Yeah.
get some of the aspects of the beginning of the album. So that's just to kind of like give you some ideas of how to like in the future kind of work with it, because like that's how I do with my projects, bro. I've done it where it's
Okay.
a build up, right? Where you could go from chill to like not high energy, but almost like you start off really mellow, then it's still mellow, but the tempo goes up. Then you get a transitional song that's kind of like just every like okay, like let's say this. My first three songs are the build up, right? So you
Mhm.
have super chill, then you have still chill, but a little more upbeat, and then you get chill again, but it's like a different tempo, right? So the tempo changes, and then the fourth song would have elements of the first three songs. So it's like the first three put
Yeah.
together makes the fourth. You know what I mean? So that's a way that I kind of construct my EPs, and you even see it with Control Chaos, because the first three you get like just super different shit. Like you get Me and Hellbound on A Rock, then you get Me and Hellbound on Jersey Club, and then you get me and Mate doing something else. But then the fourth song is completely different, but it still has some aspects of the first three. You know what I mean? To kind of bring it all together. So again, that's just a little idea. I did have a question for you though. How do you get your voice to sound like that? Because that's something that I've done it, but it's only because Mate usually does the mixing on that part, and I don't know how he does
Yeah.
it. So if you have some tips on how to get your voice to sound deeper and like kind of like just monstrous.
So basically, what I do is like, okay, so like, if you're using FL, like of course do layers and stuff like that, but like on the main vocal track, I'll just pitch it down just a hair, not even like a quarter of the way, and just build the layers off of that, and then kind of just do it that way. Like it's very simple, like
But is it
actually.
a is it a pitch is it a pitch correction or is it a filter?
It's a pitch down.
Yeah, it's a pitch down, so it's like a pitch correction, I guess. Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think, because like I have GarageBand, so like I have pitch correction, but
It's
it doesn't
different.
all pitch correction is it's different. It's not like I don't know exactly how to pitch it down, how to pitch my voice down. I still have to learn that.
You would have to transpose it if you're
Like
using
for
GarageBand.
instance, in regarding to audio, there are many ways to go with this. Like
Yeah.
if you can for instance you can speed up something without pitching it upwards. Like because general rule, when you speed up something, the pitch also goes up, and you get to chipmunk voice. Like
Yeah.
go all the way up there. But there's also a way for you to just speed it up, but not pitch it down. So the sound just sounds very chopped. Like no. So the same thing happens when you're pitching down stuff. Like you can pitch it down, and your voice sounds deeper, or you could
Yeah.
just be slowering, like the tempo, and the audio is just gonna sound dragged and very glitchy, but like the tone will remain the same. What pitch correction does, it's basically bring it up more or less to the tone of the chords of the track. It's a little bit like autotune. You could say that.
Yeah. Mhm. I get that. I might have to try some stuff out because I usually just put like GarageBand has a filter called Deeper Vocal, and I'll just put it on
Yeah.
that and EQ it, and then just make layers on top of it to give me that like deeper voice like kind of effect. You know what I mean? But I like the way Mate does it because he just completely makes it sound deeper, and then it sounds really good. Like it's like I'm pretty sure he has a plugin for it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just trying to execute it better because I like for static, I did it. I did the vocals, the deeper vocals, and they came out good. But it's hard to like
Yeah.
because the thing is like you have to like record it without the deeper vocal and make your voice sound like I'll probably be on the mic like I was like static friction, friction, and then when I put it on the vocal, it goes together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but with that being said, you definitely have to check out Pickle Fingers tutorials on
Yeah.
voice control, and we actually had
Definitely.
a live about this. Like, it's cool to use effects and pitch correction, like make it higher or lower and everything. Like it does give some sort of different texture to the sound. Like if you want to go towards that, but when we're talking about like ad libs, like you're doing an original track of yours, it's really good if you with yourself you can like really control like the scales, the different scales that you can reach with your voice. I read be very low, I'm really high up there, and this is very anatomical. And Pickle Fingers does cover this. Like deeper sounds come from the chest, like you feel this a vibration on the chest and the throat when you're going really deep, you know. But when you go up here, it's more like nasal and on
Yeah.
your head, you know. And when you like basically can control how your voice switches in between these two modes and work on your ad libs on this basis, you are really doing great harmonies because the audio is crystal clear. You know, like you're
Hmm.
not taking some recording and pitching it down to get to the right tone of the main layer. You know, like you're actually recording a lower voice on the right tone to match the main one, and that sounds just so much better. So just a little bit of piece of advice for y'all.
Okay.
Um, that being said, what we got up next, Malachi?
Fixated, if I'm not mistaken, is the next
Fixated.
one.
Fixated. Track
Fixated.
number 7. Get it. What happened? Okay, here we go.
Demons are detrimental to my existence. Experimental with drugs, trying to see through feelings. Submerged in this pit, implicit in my mental. It is what it is, the message ain't subliminal. I be doing the most, fuck what is the minimum. I feel like Batista, bitch, I'm going animalistic. In my existence with the ballistic. My mental is far gone, I can't fucking fix it. Sipping elixirs, dropping pills in my drink, making new mixtures. Fixated on the visions, but I can't see the bigger picture. Demons and detrimental to my existence. Experimenting with drugs, trying to see through the patience. Smoking gas to cure my insomnia. I ain't slept in days, I'm getting paranoid. The message seems cryptic, but it's very obvious. I'm descending to my death in the shadows. I feel ominous. From the underside, I reside in the void. All the demons in my head, I can hear their voices. Destroyed by my mental, I can't stand all the fucking noise.
Yeah.
We lost Harzen.
Oh shit.
All right, bro. So tell us about this song. Why'd you call it Fixated? What was the making of this?
I mean, it was just kind of trying to go off the same vibe and stuff like that I had built for the like second half of the project and stuff like. I think Fixated fit with the first line on both of the verses coming in. Like, it's their short verses and stuff. Like, of course, the song's short. Like, it's meant to be that way. Cause like, I want you to be fixated on what I'm saying throughout that short period of time. If that makes sense.
Nah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's basically it.
I mean, I like the style you're going for, but I would definitely try to motivate you to make longer songs for sure.
I think what I'm gonna do is do like a deluxe project maybe, so get some features on some of these songs and try to do something with that since they are very short songs. Like, I think a couple of them could use a couple maybe an extra verse or two on the end of them. So I'm gonna try to figure something out with that.
Some
That'd be
remixes.
cool.
Yeah, because I got a couple ideas. I'm gonna get my homie VVS on a couple of them probably. So yeah,
Honestly,
see
bro,
what
I
we
would
can
love
do.
to get on. I would love to get on one of the shadows. I mean, one from the shadows.
Oh yeah, we could definitely do that, bro.
That was one that definitely I was like, damn, I could have got on this and gave it like a nice little hefty verse.
We can definitely do that, bro. I have the files and stuff, so it's not an issue.
Yeah, I'd be down. I'd be cool though. Do a deluxe or features on it. That'd be a cool idea.
Hell yeah, but I think there's one more song left on this one too.
All right, so what we got next? Is this the final song?
This is the final song.
Yeah.
All right. So before we play this, guys, again, this is I Reside from the Bottomless by Malakai Manson. You can find it on all platforms. Definitely go check him out. Follow him also on Instagram so you can follow his journey. And yeah, definitely tap in with bro. He got a different sound, unique sound, and we fuck with it. So definitely just get with it, get with the program. Yeah, this is the last song on the EP, and then we'll do a little chatting afterwards.
We'll wrap this up. So with that being said, here we go. Wing, Red, and Angel. Did I get that right?
Yes, sir.
By Malakai the Manson. Let's get it.
I've already gone through the process of sacrificing myself, doing the deeds that I made deal, posted in the pit of despair, trying to hit my pity out of my own grave. Now I'm trapped in misery, we ain't ready, so fall into my demise. This with the demons, never rest if I get to the gate. I know well for certain, it's engraved in my head. Kindness, listen, my wish just to calm the voices. I'm the devil's advocate, spitting at your antichrist. I'm suspicious of adventurous, a masochist suffering in agony. This ain't even the half of it. I always question myself, what's happening? My mental is unhinged, I can't fast it. Mixing substances, feel like an alchemist. Wonder if I can manage it, my imbalance is the catalyst.
Yeah, that's pretty much it on that one too.
God damn. You leave us wanting more, man.
Yeah, honestly, bro, I could have seen you adding one more song to this project. Cause like this is the thing, right? You didn't really fade it out. You made it seem like there was another song coming.
Understandable. Yeah.
So it's
I mean,
like
that's
it's
kind
almost
of
like the way you constructed it, the whole EP. I feel like you could have got a little more creative because I also noticed in a couple other songs you did have a fade out where it was kind of like this one where you still hear a couple instruments.
yeah.
So like, excuse me. I think next time pay attention to those endings because it might fit really well into the next song playing. Like it's gonna transition so smooth, so smooth. Like
Yeah,
from
so
song.
here's a little insight on with that song, honestly. So like the reason the reason I kind of faded it like that is because the project that I got coming up with Hellbound is next, and that project is called Two Wing Ridden Angels. So it kind of follows off into that project because it's the same theme, just the darker me screaming kind of him doing his thing and shit. So like that's kind of what I was doing with that. It's like I want to leave people wanting
I
more.
feel that. I feel that. I mean, I feel like you could have just added it as the outro.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
But I like that. I like the concept that you're going for too, though, because I've done that with So I did that with my EP because I had What the Fuck Is Love, and I had it basically end very emotional, very like closure. You get closure, and you get the outro and everything, and then you get Mirrors EP, which is a whole different EP.
Yeah.
But the way that one ends is with the super chill. Like it was super energy, one through like the first, like all the songs were super high energy until the last one was it was a love song.
Mhm.
And then you go on to the next EP, Control Chaos, and it starts off really chill. So it's kind of like you're seeing the journey starting from What the Fuck Is Love all the way to Control Chaos.
Mhm.
And like every song fucking, so I like that. I like that idea though. That was cool thing about it.
Yeah, bro, but I'm definitely honestly like, yeah, I think I'm gonna take these songs and probably do like a deluxe project with them, try to get some features on them and try to do something like that. Because I do agree that like the thing is, I thought about adding I thought about doing like 13 songs, but like I thought 8 was perfect. But at the same time, they're short songs too, so I probably could have done like a 15-song project with all these like 1 minute, no less than like 1 minute 40-second songs, and kind of done something with that to where it's kind of, giving a little bit more and then ended off on a certain point. But yeah, I
Absolutely.
definitely see what you're
Absolutely.
saying with
But
that.
I'll tell you this, bro. Like my what the fuck is Love EP? I think the longest song I had on there was 3 minutes,
Mm,
and there were only 5 songs, and the whole project is 15 minutes. Like
okay,
literally,
okay.
like if driving to the store is 15 minutes, you could put on the album and finish it by the time you got to the store.
That's kind of,
Mhm.
yeah, that's kind of what my point
You
is
know what I
too.
mean? And
Yeah,
it put it into perspective for me that I can do long. I can either do shorter songs with more songs, or I can make longer songs with less songs. If that makes sense, you know
yeah,
what I mean? Like you
Absolutely.
kind of it puts it into a different perspective because you look at Mirrors. Mirrors was only 6 songs, but it's a little bit longer. It's like 17 minutes because of that extra song. There was 2 extra minutes, and then I think Control Chaos. It's literally 9 songs, but it's still maybe at the 20-minute mark, not even. Probably at the, like 19 minutes. You know what I mean? But I was able to put way more music on there because, like, again, you had the transitions and the shorter songs and everything. But I have to encourage you, bro, to like really like. And it's funny how Sheesh was talking about this a little bit on
yeah,
reviews. He was telling me that I got my recipe and I'm basically like, try something else. But the
Oh,
thing
look
is,
who's
like,
there.
I'm kind of already doing that because, like, if you look at my music from a couple months ago, it's definitely different from what I'm doing now, and especially what I have cooking, bro. Like, trust me, y'all gonna get a different Louis with still the same essence, right? But I think with you right now, I would encourage you to like really lock in on the structure of your music because
yeah. That's
you
what I'm
have
trying to do too.
you have great themes. I think your themes are on point. You have catchy hooks already. Like you have a good mind on, okay, let me make this catchy. You have that down. Now I think you need to
Yeah,
start getting into that structure, like, and not just the main structure, but different types of structure. Like doing a song that's like a hook, verse, or doing a
yeah,
song
Yeah.
that's hook, bridge, verse, hook, finish it. Or like, there's different ways you can do it. I think again, you should really study some artists, especially artists that are in your genre, like XXX
The
yeah.
real
or
nerds call it
EMAS.
ABCBA. So the
Yeah, you know
A
what I'm saying?
segment, the B segment, so most songs,
Hmm.
most pop songs go A B. You know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the thing.
And
Some songs
also
have a
like,
bridge, so it's ABC AB. You know,
yeah.
and these are
Okay,
like tiles you put on the timeline of your doll. You know,
And
and
not just
don't be
the
okay.
afraid
structure
like
though,
to
right?
use repetition. Like if you use repetition, but in each segment you add something different to it, like
Exactly.
you're adding
Exactly.
something. You know,
That's what I
that's
was
the
gonna
whole.
say. I have certain strategies too, like right, with Find Mamacita. If you notice,
Mm.
every time I say the hook, I say it with a little more energy each time. So when I first say it, it's super cool. It's super like it's still fast, but it's like fine, mamacita, why you keep breaking my heart? If you didn't want me, you should have said it from the start. The second time I say it, I add a little grit. Fine, mamacita, why you keep breaking my heart? If you didn't want me, by the end of it, I'm like, fine, mamacita, why you keep breaking my heart? If you didn't want me, because you're seeing that emotion that I'm going through,
Yeah,
where I'm talking about the girl, and it's getting me angrier the more I talk about the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Sorry to call her a bitch, the woman, the girl, but you have different strategies. You can either bring
Yeah.
up the energy a little bit, or you can switch up the ad libs. Have the
Mhm.
ad libs be different every time, and then have like you'll have your couple ad libs that are like, okay, these are the really good ones that work, and then you switch up some of the other ones. Like this
Mhm.
one, I might have said the first one I might have said fine, mamacita, mamacita. That's the ad lib, but the next one I might just go fine as the ad lib, right? Like you
Mhm.
have different strategies
Variation,
of how you can build
variation,
the hook.
variation,
You know what I mean?
variation.
Like
yeah,
I feel like people are so stuck on, oh, I have to make the hook sound the same every time because I was
No,
there. in that
Yeah.
mindset where I was like, I
Absolutely not.
need, especially when you do one takes, it's easier because when you do a one take where it's like hook, verse, hook, if you do everything in one take, literally, it's like it's easier for you to kind of switch it up. When you do like a punch in, that's
Mhm.
when you kind of start to get in your head and it's like, damn, this hook doesn't sound like this hook. I have to change it up. But if you go look at my song with Light, what's it called? It's the one on Mirrors, Coming for Heaven or Hell. I don't think I called it that. I might have called it that. But that song, I was in my head about the second hook not sounding the same. And I was
Yeah.
stuck on it. Like, I need to make it sound the same. The layers have to be the same. And
Okay.
then I was like, fuck it, bro. It was so frustrating. I said, fuck it. I'm just going to do it different and have some similarity. And then I listened to the song over and over again now that it's released. And it still fits the vibe. It switches it up a little bit. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
had the same thing with a couple Squid God songs. But again, it's
Mhm.
just being able to just go, okay, fuck it. I'm just going to do it however it is expressed. You know what I mean? But again, my main point is I think you should start experimenting with structures.
Okay.
And the main thing, the main advice, the real advice that I will give you is when you're making a song, the hook or the chorus should be the first thing that you write or get down. And you study the fuck out of that beat, bro. You study every transition, everything that's going in and out. Whether, okay, the drums are left here, they came back. You need to study that motherfucker. You need to study every second of that verse. You know
Okay.
what I mean? So you can know. And if you're making the beats yourself, bro, even better. Because now you can go, okay, my hook is here. And then I go into a verse here. And then I go back into the hook. And then I do a bridge. Like you can construct it literally exactly how you want because you're the one making it. So it's even easier. But again, on
Okay.
either side, you always, once you have that hook finished and you know, okay, the hook is going to go here, then it's going to go here, and then I'm going to finish it with it, or I'm just going to finish it with a verse, however, then you can focus on the verse. Because once you have the hook, you have the theme, you have the tone, you have the energy, and then you can make that verse however you want with whatever tempo, whatever tone,
Absolutely.
whatever style.
Yeah.
And then that's how that's how you do it. The easiest way to do it. That's how I do my stuff, bro. Like, first thing is always the hook. Even if I write, bro, I used to write and just keep writing. I wouldn't even think about hook or verse. I would just
Mhm.
write. I would just write until I got tired. Then I would rehearse it, and then wherever the transition cut me off, I'm like, okay, that's the hook. Let me chop it
Mhm.
there. Now, can I make it shorter and just repeat this section? Like, there's different ways of doing it, but again, the main focus is the hook because the hook is
Mhm.
what's gonna get them hooked. You know what I mean? So that's my little advice to you, bro.
Yeah, like when you rely only on vocals, what Louis was saying, like if the beat's not yours, like if you don't have the project on your DAW and you cannot like manipulate it and like change the notes or the chords or anything, like
Yeah.
using your voice in a different tone, like Louis was saying, like yeah, mamacita, na, 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 and go up there, like that brings up that variation, but if you are doing your own beats, like you can really take this to the next level. Like many artists and many jazz artists did this in the past. Like they would have a bridge that they would repeat the verse, but they would bring it like half an octave. Like not a whole octave, but like half an octave. Like it would sound a little bit off tone. Like it would be so yeah, Mama
Yeah.
said so that would be with Louis' example. So, yeah, mamacita, na, 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 na. You would just make a little shift in the tone, and that gives that dopamine rush to the listener because, like, you're delivering the rule again. What I keep on saying, rule and exception. You're delivering the rule, but you're bringing in the exception. Like you're giving it a different flavor, and that's what keeps like people entertained while they're listening to your track. Absolutely. So yeah, uh someone saying here in the comments, also keep in mind your lyrics will go through phases and you may not like it at first, but experiment with flows, wordplay, and definitely look at dictionaries and treasures for unique words and connotations. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you know what I do, bro? I literally like sometimes I'll be writing something, and I told you words just it's like how Lil Wayne said, like he hears music and then things just start coming. That's how
Yeah,
you know it's a good artist because you know that it's in you, right? So like
yeah,
when I'm writing music, things are just coming to me and I'm just writing it down. They're just boom 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 and I'm just boom boom, right? So like
Hmm.
sometimes I'll get a word that like I kind of know the meaning and like people use it, but I'll still
Hmm.
look it up on Google to see what the actual meaning is to make
Hmm.
sure that
yeah.
I'm getting that point across. It could be any. It could be a fucking. It could be I'm trying to think of a big word like um. Damn,
I know
what's
what
a
you're
good word?
saying. Yeah.
Damn, I'm trying to think of a word that's very like we know what it means, but we don't really know what it exactly means. Oh,
Syphilis.
no, definitely not. Definitely not. Even harmony, right? Like harmony. I might get that word to come to me, right? I can't really tell you what harmony means, like the actual definition, right? I know what a fucking harmony is, but I don't know the write down definition, right? So I'll look up the definition, right? So let's do this in practice, right? So let's look up what harmony actually means in a dictionary and all that shit.
So Garage is
Harmony,
saying, yeah, bro, for me, I always start my songs by just saying gibberish and flows and the fill in the words after the fact. That's also a way to go with it. It's also a way to go with it,
So
absolutely.
like, so like, if I'm sitting here writing or something like that, I usually use like rhyme zone. Kind of helps me. Like, if I need a definition or like find a word that rhymes with a certain word to try to build something off of that, I use a rhyme zone or like some kind of like uh app that's similar or like page site that's similar to that.
I mean that works. It's again, it's really just the energy behind it. So like again, right? I want to use the word harmony. I look at the definition. It says the combination of simultaneously sounded musical notes to produce chords and chord progressions having a pleasing effect. Another
Yes.
one is an arrangement of the four gospels or of any parallel narratives, which represents a single continuous whatever. I don't know what that one means. But let's go with the first one, right? A combination of simultaneously sounded musical notes, right? Now I can give harmony. Not I won't just make it a rhyme. I'm gonna use everything in that definition to make that rhyme even more meaningful. Because like you could use the combination in your scheme, right? Because it's the definition. So it's like I got harmonies I combine, like come, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever. I don't know why I ended it like that, but you know what I mean? Like I always do that and it literally helps me a lot to get like again a better way of making sure that the audience knows what the fuck I'm saying. Cause like there's gonna be a lot of wordplay. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's just another strategy that I use.
Well, I did attend music school for 2 years, but everything I learned there just swept out my mind, you know? And today, like, for instance, when I'm doing these remixes, like, I do not know, like, off the top of my head, what is the chord or the harmony that the tone that the track is in, right? But Ableton, for instance, I don't know if it works on FL Studio. I think they might have equivalent tools on it, but like I can take your vocals, drag them into a MIDI track, and it will convert your vocals into MIDI notes, you know, so the equivalent MIDI notes. So when I look at it, when he does that conversion from the audio file to a basically MIDI samples, you know, I can have more or less the idea of which notes the artist is hitting, you know. So then I can establish which is the main chord of the track, you know. So I do not know music theory that deeply to go like someone sings along something and then I go boom on the guitar, just rocking that shit out, you know. But I do have this sort of tricks that I use with my dog to get to that place because the music does sound better, and it is for a reason. Because music is a little bit like math. Like if you really dive deep into music theory, it's really specific. Like
Nah, that's fine.
when you're talking about harmonies, like you look at the piano, right? You got all the white keys and the black keys, and the black keys are basically half tones. So those are basically the notes that sound bad, you know, but when they're combined with some of the white keys, they you can hit different sorts of
Of
scales.
course, of
Basically,
course.
scales the scales are basically different arrangements of those groups of notes that sound good within themselves, and if you hit one of those out of place, the whole thing just does not sound good at all. And
Why
yeah,
the
that's
black keys gotta be bad though? Why the white keys can't be bad?
I wanted an inverted piano for that. Like I wanted like the small keys to be white, the whole piano black. You know, that would be
Yes,
dope.
absolutely,
A
bro.
white piano.
We're gonna write a petition to that.
Alrighty.
But all right, guys. Again, that was "I Reside in the Bottomless" EP by Malakai Manson. Check it out on all platforms right now. Just look up Malakai Manson on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you listen to your music on. And again, guys, if you have an EP or an album that you want us to listen to and talk about it on this live, let us know. We do these randomly throughout the months. Just whenever it comes up, we get the cover art, we get the music on here, and we just kind of just go freestyle. So again, we've done one. You guys can check out the playlist actually on Bo's World listening party playlist. We have done one for RPG and the Long Journey for Balance. We've done one for Control Chaos by myself. We've done one for Light for his Unconditional Activist EP. And now we have this one, which you can rewatch later, share it, do whatever you want with it. And it's I Reside in the Bottomless. We have one coming up soon in the future with Hellbound and his newest EP, Something Earth. I don't know why I can't remember it, but another amazing project. Like I loved it, so I definitely want to do this with him soon. And yeah, again, if you guys know anybody who has EPs or albums that wants to get a little bit of a platform, let them know. Hit us up at Bose World. Follow us, subscribe to the channel, and definitely turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of these lives. Because we go live on Fridays, on Tuesdays, and just randomly for listening parties and just chill sessions. We're gonna start playing games soon. I just found out I could stream on Twitch from my PS5, so we could do some Among Us from there or whatever, whatever we feel like doing. But again, guys, definitely tap in with us, tap in with Malakai. Thank you guys for being here, supporting Bo's World and supporting Malakai. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And if you guys want to say anything to close us off, to wrap us up.
I mean, yeah, just stay tuned for everything that we got coming. The next project's gonna be me and Hellbound, and then yeah, stay tuned for everything we got coming.
And with that being said, I got a pitch. Like we got Bozy DJ's live sets coming up again. So you guys, if you got any track that you want us to remix and hit your slot in this amazing live set where we're gonna do, we don't have any date to find for now because we're actually not just gonna play your tracks that you're submitting. We're actually remixing each submission that you send us. So it's going to be a very, very special one. So definitely hit us up. You can DM me or any of the admins at Bozy World and get your music in there. It's going to be an amazing live. And I think we'll wrap this up with the very first Malakai Harzen featuring of a remix that we're cooking up. This shit is unreleased right now.
Yeah.
Name of the track is Profound. Did I get that right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. Love you guys. Peace out.
Demons deviated from the truth. They get the best of me. But now I'm gonna leave myself bleeding from the lines of killing. I wonder why my prisons jumping more bad like Santa Christmas present. Down your hill, darkness is innocence. I never learned my lesson. Every day I overdose optimists. These prescriptions, pictures of the devil, picture like a mirror. Conversations with Satan, just like the mutuals. I'm a mutant from the sewers. Slice your throat like Max Splinter. Have you wincing away at what just happened? Matter of fact, I'm blacking out. Pictures of the devil, picture like a mirror. Conversations with Satan, just like the mutuals. Blocking out the sounds, confined to these walls. Demons in my head so profound. Demons in my head so profound.
What up? It's your boy RPG. Red, purple, gold. Kilos. Panoramic roof.